Okay, we are live. I'm going to need to change something really quick. Short break. We are still talking to Yenchi, right? Yenchi? She's saying that she won't give us any information to help and bring about the end of the world, right, or something like that.
To locate whoever it is that we're trying to find. What's that? The whatever it's called?
Barabbas?
Barabbas.
Barabbas.
Who is apparently the first of your kind?
Apparently.
Of
the Tremere. Tremere. The Tremere clan. Sorry.
Which you're a Tremere.
I am a Tremere.
So.
We're not trying to wake him. We're trying to get closure for Henry. And are we still, so what is Henry still wanting closure? So I guess we'll talk to Henry. Henry, we're trying to get you to Barabbas. I know I can't. I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose.
Well, Henry says, I've been doing some thinking, because I've lived my life for so long as a mage.
Mm-hmm.
Once I was embraced, my thinking and reasoning has changed.
Okay.
However, you are still in trouble with the Camarilla.
Well, by embracing you and by freeing you, because you've murdered several people, Henry. You've killed many vampires.
But that's the Camarilla in the United States. We're in a different country.
Do they not all abide by the same rule? Is the masquerade different in different countries?
Not necessarily. It's just that, word may travel fast, but yet it may not.
I still fear for my well-being.
There's a prince and a sheriff in each city.
Okay.
Around the world.
Is that what... Are you telling me this is... I don't know that Henry should be telling me this. I would know this more than Henry. Right? Or at least as much as Henry.
Well, you've been a vampire
for 700 years. I should know this, right?
So.
Yeah, but see, you don't. You probably don't.
Okay, I don't. Okay. So there's ones
you
in
committed
obviously.
The crime in, like I said, in the United States, in New Orleans.
Okay.
And we are now in Paris.
Okay. Do they have different rules? I would think they're all the same everywhere.
But
I'd be concerned still if I committed a murder in the United States and then went to Paris and they were all good with it.
Well, the Parisians and the New Orleans people, aren't they fairly close, being French?
Mm-hmm.
That's very true. So I definitely am not going to go anywhere near that one still.
I would think that whatever you've done in New Orleans is probably known.
However,
here
absolutely. So I would be
Henry
concerned.
Says.
Okay. Henry.
We may have to seek other means of information rather than going to the Camarilla.
Well, if you see protection,
I definitely.
You what?
I definitely am not seeking protection. I'm not outright looking for it at the moment, but I'm not seeking it.
If you are both seeking protection from
vampires, yes, a little bit possibly.
I might be in a position to make such offer.
I have not had any immediate threats on my life as of now, but we are. I need to understand: is this quest over? And are you no longer needing any closure, Henry.
Well, as of right now, let's go and seek shelter. It's nearly daylight.
So you're still
Again.
thinking on whether you need closure or not.
I'm going to rest and sleep on it
Okay.
through the day, and
Okay,
I
Henry.
can let you know the next day.
Okay. If that's the case, that we don't need closure anymore, then I'm probably going to need to find a new life.
Mian Chi turns in you and says, if you would like to stay at a place here in Chinatown, I will allow you to stay here for one day during the time, because you only have a very short time before the sun rises.
Oh, what time
Looking
is it?
at this hut that she's in, does it have windows and stuff? Is it completely like?
There's a hotel that's down the street that I have.
I'm going to.
That I know an acquaintance of mine.
I'm going to look to my newfound friend, because he's from here and obviously lives in this area, for advice. Is this trustworthy? Can I trust this? Is this area safe, or do you think we can get somewhere else in a safe enough time, because I cannot be in the sun?
Well, what time is it?
Yeah, what time is it? If I look at my time at my phone, what time is it at this point?
It's about 5:30.
Really?
Wow,
It took us this long
to get here?
to do this whole thing?
Apparently.
The subway stopped running at like 1:30 in the morning, so we would have gotten to Chinatown before that.
Wow, we've had a long talk and conversation. Okay, well, so what time does the sun come up?
About 6:30.
So we have an hour.
6:15 and 6:30.
Is there anywhere safe that we could get in an hour, or should we take her up on?
We can get anywhere in Paris within an hour.
Okay, do you know a safeguarded place? You don't. Okay, so out of character, you don't care about the sun.
I don't care about
Okay, you can go walk around in it just fine.
the sun. Right.
Yeah, but I can't, and neither can Henry now.
Do
So,
you-
is there a place safe that you know of that would be safer, or do I need to find my own way?
I can offer you protection for the day
Okay.
if you formally request it. Is this something you desire?
I do. Is there a cost, or is this something that you're doing out of your generosity?
Let's just say that you two might have something I desire, so I see it as a trade.
Really? What is it you're looking for?
Knowledge, aren't we all looking for knowledge?
Excellent. Let's move along. I am a font of knowledge.
I am going to guide them to my company's research facility. I assume, since I am here on research project for my company, and I'm talking about Pentex,
Yes.
that there will be a safe house or a facility Pentex has that would be sufficient in providing
It's safe.
protection, at least for the time being.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to thank Muchi.
Mianchi.
Oh God.
Mianchi.
Mianchi. Thank you, Mianchi. I will have to seek knowledge in other places. I appreciate the offer.
You shouldn't have to worry about us anymore as far as looking for whoever.
All right, the antediluvian, at least for now, until I can have conversation with my friend.
And out of the respect for you, for the courtesy you have extended to us, we will not make a move without further conversation with you. Is that acceptable to you?
Yeah, I will
High
accept that.
Priestess. Thank you, High Priestess, for allowing to see us tonight.
Thank you. So I nod my head down and bow, I guess, and back out of the room. Okay, we need to get to your safe haven. And quick. We have an hour before
Okay.
the sun rises.
All right, let's get a taxi.
Sounds good to me. They'll get us anywhere in town in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will Uber one.
Okay.
Yeah, it is 2016. Uber exists.
Taxi picks you up, and a kind of scruffy-looking guy is driving the taxi,
Okay.
and he says, "Where to?"
I give him the street where the house, where the location is, the safe location is.
Okay. Do I sense anything weird about him? Just a normal guy.
You can smell. He can smell blood on him.
Oh. Sight of the true form. Is he a vampire or something else?
Something else.
Is he furry on the furry side of things?
Okay, so
No.
No?
so before we get going too far, can I can sense something from him?
You can hear his thoughts, and all he's thinking about is, I can't wait to get my blood fix.
Okay. I don't think we have anything to worry about. I don't say that, but I'm thinking that in my mind. Okay.
And
Out
also
game,
in
what
his-
does that mean? I can't wait to get my blood fixed.
Are you talking to me?
No, auto game. What does that mean? Like,
He's probably a
literally.
vampire or some other creature that's thirsty.
She just said he's not a vampire. A blood fix English, like in English, what does that mean? Does it mean he is in need of blood?
Right.
So getting a blood is called a blood fix.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm just making sure.
So
I understand. that.
and really quickly, what other creatures would want a blood fix besides a vampire? Because
Ghouls.
a werewolf would a
ghouls.
Really,
Okay,
ghouls?
Yes.
Yeah, but a ghoul wouldn't come across. Would it come across as something?
I
It's not
thought it-
supernatural, but I told you, he can smell blood.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I did not know that ghoul drinks blood.
Yes, they
Yeah,
drink
a ghoul-
vampire blood in order to become a ghoul. They have
Yeah.
to drink it 3 times.
So
or-
he's a
and
ghoul,
continually.
but he's pathetic compared to us.
Right. So
He's
he's
like a
ghoul
human.
means he has a master.
Yeah,
he's
just weak.
human. He just
He's-
drinks vampire blood.
Okay.
But he gains like the healing properties and some
He-
strength, extra strength, some
Nothing that would provide any bit of it.
nothing in comparison.
Yeah, like
to an
literally,
actual
we could just
vampire.
whack him and he'd be dead because he's weak.
Drop off at the
So
the scene.
I would be able to sense a kindred, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't sense it. And you smell blood. Would I be able to sense? Okay, so really, I know it's just because I don't understand. I don't know all the rules and what my character would be able to sense. If it was if it was a werewolf or another creature, can I sense that? Especially since I have telepathy.
Well, I would think that you would.
I
a
would be able
vampire
to
should
know.
be able to identify a ghoul when he
Very
she
easily,
sees
correct?
one.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
I? Should I know that? I should be able to know he's a ghoul.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I know that. Because I don't want to know that as an out of character person and not in character. So I should be able to know that he's provides no threat to me. And you should be able to know if he's driving us in the wrong direction.
Right. I should, but
Because you should be familiar with Paris.
right.
So if he's taking us somewhere where we don't belong, you would know. If you're like, why is he turning left at this street when it's obviously right
okay.
down that street?
Stop overanalyzing everything. Jeez.
Are you okay, sir?
I'm just fine. I'm just carrying out my duties.
Okay.
You two seem to look like you're
What do you mean by
kind-
your duties?
well, just something that my boss told me to do.
Who's your boss?
Well, she's kind of an interesting sort.
Okay.
In what way?
I love this.
Stop it.
I love it. Keep going. This is fun.
Well, she's kind of crazy sometimes.
Bosses can be
Great.
like that. But
He turns and looks at you and he's like, "Hey, wait, you're a vampire, aren't you?"
How would he know?
Ghouls know.
Ghouls know vampires?
Yes.
How would they know?
Because they've had the blood.
So they just know?
They
I
just-
don't know.
They recognize other vampires.
Really? I don't blend in enough, I guess.
Well, to a ghoul, no.
Okay.
But to regular humans, yes.
And I know he's a ghoul, and I just go, I am. Is there?
That's awesome. I have a vampire master, too.
Oh, very cool.
Her name
So then
is,
you know the importance of fulfilling a vampire's desire.
Her name is Violette.
Oh, very cool. Are we almost there?
could you slow down real quick? I don't feel so good. Pull over. I need to step out real quick.
He slows down and he pulls over. What's the problem, Mac?
We're still have time, right? I mean, it's about 5 something,
5:45.
so it's dark.
So are
what's
we
the
going
street
the wrong
like?
direction?
What's the street like right now?
He
that
turns
we're
and
on?
looks at you and says, "I know who you are and I've known what you've done, but I'm not with the Camarilla. My master is with the Sabbat. We can hide you if needs be."
Okay.
You're
Be very clear. I will kill you if you betray me.
wow.
We are with the Sabbat. My master, Violette, she is with the Sabbat as well. She's bringing me to you to give you a message. She knows what you did in America, and she admires you.
Do I trust this?
We're parked, right?
Yeah.
Because you're out. You've gotten out of the vehicle.
No, I've not done that.
Okay, so I want to know. I have heightened senses. Can I tell if he is lying?
Yeah, you can tell.
Is he lying?
No, he's telling the truth.
Okay. That's all I want to know. I turn to you and I say, he's telling the truth. How would you feel? Would you feel comfortable? You are someone that I appreciate and has done wonders for me. I do not want to put
You can tell
in-
that he's telling the truth, but can you tell if his truth telling is masked
Can I?
or if it is really from him as the truth?
Can I tell? I don't know. Can I? You're gonna have to
You
tell
don't
me.
really know, but all he's doing is carrying out his master's orders.
Okay, so then I.
In his mind, he is telling the truth. In his own mind.
Okay, in his mind.
Then let your master know that they're being sheltered for the night, but we shall visit her
Where can I find this
tomorrow.
person? Yeah, where can I find this Violette? We're going to get out now and find our own way. Where can I find Violette?
Violette is just south of the Eiffel Tower.
Okay. I appreciate the offer, very generous, but I'm with my friend here, who I have faith and trust in. I am concerned about myself and our well-being. Will visit Violette, and until I have met her in person.
He writes down the address
Okay.
and hands it to you.
Okay.
Can we get her phone number?
Yes, can I talk to Violette? Do you have a way to contact her, a phone number?
Yeah, here's her cell phone number.
He writes it on the
And
same sheet paper.
I urge you to call her before sunrise.
Okay, I will call her. Thank you for your help. I appreciate this.
Let's get out. So
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. How far are we from our destination?
Like 15 minutes.
Was he realistically driving us in that direction? Because you would be
Yeah.
able to tell, and you need to tell it. Okay,
Mhm.
he was.
But out of abundance.
Yeah,
of
it's not that
caution,
far from
I'm-
Chinatown.
I'm not going to take.
And
the
you
entire-
can see, like, I posture.
Right.
Like when I find that somebody knows what I'm doing and I posture.
Right.
Absolutely.
And-
in intimidation to try
And
and
I did not give him
intimidate.
an address to go to. I just gave him a street name to go to.
Okay, yeah.
So-
So he doesn't know where we're at.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so let's make our way there quickly.
Okay.
Do we have time to get there on foot? You would know that he would know, but you need to tell him if
Right.
he would know if we have enough time to get there on foot before sun.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Okay,
Okay.
so we are going to get there
It's
on
like
foot.
a 15-minute, 20-minute walk.
Let's get going.
Okay, let's move. So we're going to move as fast as we can to get to his safe haven. Okay.
Okay, you get down there and get over to the place where you need to go.
I swipe my key card to get inside.
Okay.
I assume is a secure access.
I
Yeah,
imagine
it's a secured building, and there's a elevator that takes you up. You have to, swipe your key card to access the elevator, and it takes you either up or down. You have
prefer down. No
Down,
sun.
yeah.
No sun. Keep me out of the sun.
Do we have a lab in the basement?
Yeah, is there something where I can safely hide in the basement?
there's a basement area, but there's not much in the basement except for storage.
That's fine. I don't care. I just need somewhere to sleep. Somewhere safe to sleep that I know I'm
There's
safe.
a bunch of boxes, cardboard boxes, and there's kind of like some empty ones that.
I'm actually surprised that we don't have any stories underground for conducting special
Experiments.
research.
Yeah, that's what I would
experiments.
be like bodies and stuff like that
Right.
to experiment on.
Because that's what we
Would do.
That's just in the first. I mean, what you see in the basement so far.
Oh, okay.
You don't
So we
know
haven't.
where there's others.
Would he know though? Wouldn't he know if he's been working here?
You know of, like, what's been going on in the Pentex industry, but
Well, I mean, I work for Pentex. I've been sent here on an assignment. I've been living here, and I'm a supernatural and a researcher on plagues and Pentex and worm-related matters. I would think that I'm involved with
A lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff. Or
but
at
this
least-
particular location at this, in Paris doesn't necessarily have a lot of, like, where all the specimens would be held. That would be at a different location.
Okay.
in Paris, or
Mhm.
okay.
You just took us to the
Yeah.
closest place.
It's
I
like
guess.
Okay.
it wouldn't necessarily have like large specimens. You would like do blood work and intricate, small, like microscopic type.
Okay.
work.
Okay.
Oh, right.
That's why you were in that particular lab. You
So-
were going along samples and stuff.
So as we get in there, I pick up my phone and I begin to dial the number that's on the card. First thing I do, I go into my phone and take off location services. I shut off all tracking abilities on my phone, and I make it so my phone can't be tracked.
Okay.
Then I call the phone number.
Okay.
Keep
Oh,
it.
and I dial a number that masks my number, like *67, so that she doesn't know it and it shows
keep,
up as anonymous.
keep your call short.
Yes.
We don't want them to triangulate your location.
Absolutely. Ring, ring, ring.
Well,
ring.
hello, my darling. Thank you for calling.
May I assume I am speaking to Violetta?
Yes, my name is Violetta.
Okay.
How are you, my darling?
Do you know who you are speaking to?
Yes, I do. My little ghoul is here, and he told me all about you.
Okay.
You are an interesting fellow, are you not?
I suppose. How do you know about me?
Oh, we Sabbat have our ways.
So you are a Sabbat.
We admire your courage for coming out and pretty much obliterating that venture you did in Paris. Not Paris, but Louisiana.
Yes. I needed to do what was necessary. I have a friend here.
We too love the diablerie.
Yes. As the Sabbat do.
I am Sabbat.
As the Sabbat do. Uh-huh. Okay. So, how do I know that I can trust you?
I can show you many different ways of the Sabbat. What we are all about. I encourage you to come to my haven so we can talk in person.
I don't know that I'll come to your haven, but I'm willing to meet up with you. Where can we meet up? I need to keep this call short.
Oh, there is a, how you say in English, a cafe or coffee shop around
Okay.
that's open 24
Good thing is a
hours.
cafe is still a cafe in French.
Well, she doesn't.
Well, she doesn't know much English, so she doesn't.
Okay, can you give me the address and perhaps I'll meet up with you?
The address is,
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I write it down. Or do we really need to say some stupid address?
I didn't assume that you have this on speaker, so only you are hearing what she's
Okay,
saying.
well, I'm just saying, and I don't think we really need to. Okay. Okay?
yes,
Okay.
my, one other thing is that Andre is looking forward to hearing about you.
Andre.
Yes.
Okay. We'll talk later.
One of the leaders of the Sabbat.
Okay. We'll talk later. What time do you want to meet at the cafe?
Oh, let's say 9 p.m.
Okay, sounds reasonable. I may meet you soon, Violette. Thank you. Click.
Okay.
I'm not going to stay on the phone. She's keeping me on the phone for too long. I'm hanging up on her. Because I agree with you. I don't want her to triangulate my location. Especially since she knows a relative area. Because we were dropped off on a street that she's aware of.
The employer I work for, while not liked by many, are respected or at least feared by most. And they would respect the territorial and security of this location.
And would not allow anyone to try and break into it. At least not without permission.
Right.
Okay.
And well, I would like to think that those who try to break into one of our sister facility would be a fool.
Okay, good. Okay.
Rest well for the day.
I will, thank you.
Henry.
Henry, let's find a place to rest. Is there like some sort of, unfortunately, I guess that's all there is cardboard box we can sleep in? Is there not anything better than a cardboard box?
Nope.
Okay.
No, they're fairly big boxes, though. They're like, they can fit.
I think he was hoping he would present me with a better facility.
Are
To
there
impress
at
me
least like those patients
Like what you put a dead body in a morgue in?
right? No.
Nope.
Geez, what kind of cheap facility is this?
I'd say something terrible.
We need an upgrade here
Like
or
I
something.
said, they don't hold the larger specimens here, so they only have the smaller specimens.
It's too bad you didn't take me to the other facility with the larger specimens and a
Right.
better storage.
Yeah. It wouldn't be in the storage. What is upstairs?
Not much.
I mean, what's in this?
I mean, just the labs and everything, but everything has windows. There's
Okay.
windows everywhere. Then we get in.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. I guess in the cardboard box I go. Ohio.
It's just for one night.
Do I at
And he's
least?
like, I've slept in worse spots, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that what Henry says?
yeah, it's just for one day.
Okay. That's too bad he didn't know about a nicer facility. Could have taken us there.
Yeah.
Well,
Why
the
didn't I know about it?
lady in Chinatown,
Yeah, I was gonna say, jeez.
the lady in Chinatown did say something about there being a hotel, but
Yeah, but if you're on the run,
And you come across
someone who's threatening you and not gonna help you, why would you trust that person? I wouldn't.
yeah, I mean, there was zero reason for us to trust her.
Yeah, zero. So
In fact, she was almost a threat because of
Yeah.
the fact that she's a high priestess, she's a leader, she's probably powerful.
Yeah.
And we're in her turf.
Yeah, I'm not going to stay in her hotel. Hell no. That's why I'm like, I would prefer to stay with someone I trust, someone I know I have trust in. So take me somewhere safe.
okay,
So
you
it's
rest
okay.
the day.
I
And
demand to know every location that I have knowledge of that belongs to Pentex.
Yeah, so
in
that you can
Paris.
take me somewhere nice next time.
I'm losing face here.
Yeah, you are. I'm like, okay, in the cardboard box.
I'm
I
not
go.
going to reveal to you everything.
Yeah, but he would know, though. That's just it. He should know that.
You're still young though. You may or may not have been working for Pentex for that long.
I am a Fomore. I am a Bane-infused creature. I mean, Pentex will be
How
like...
long ago were you infused though?
Huh?
How long ago was your character infused though?
I assume years ago. Even though I'm only 24. I mean, well, I was taken to the monastery as a kid.
Okay.
And since I didn't learn science from the monastery, I assume that I was schooled afterwards
And by Pentex.
by Pentex
I'd
to
imagine
become a
you would.
scientist. So,
That's okay. We can do this.
okay. Tomorrow we'll stay at a better place.
I would hope something. Thank you. I mean, a cardboard box is at least a place to sleep, and it's better than in the street. But
Tonight I can't offer comfort, but I can offer security.
that's what I appreciate. Thank you.
Okay. The next night, you awaken, and it's maybe about 7 o'clock at night.
And the sun is just going to be going down in like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go head downstairs because I didn't stay with them.
No.
I would be
You're-
upstairs
I'd
and
imagine.
I'm making sure that nobody goes down. I would inform the guards that we have guests in the basement that they cannot be disturbed or should not be disturbed until I give the okay to.
Okay.
I would actually have to report to. Actually, I'm going to delay on reporting to any superior of mine. Because this is interesting and I don't have enough information to share with the superior. It would be meaningless.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to try to. I mean, we can fast forward to daytime, but obviously, but I'm going to get a little bit of rest as well since I have been up all night. So
Yeah. Okay. And you didn't do anything else super special during the day? Okay. You slept like I did.
I rested.
Okay. And recovered your points and stats and yada yada.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you guys gonna?
We'll go down and greet them.
Okay. I'm staying in the basement because I don't know where the lights are or anything. I'm unfamiliar, and I know that the sun isn't set yet.
Rise and dark.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you for the shelter. And,
I'm curious. How often do you have to feed?
it is getting time to feed again.
Mm.
I'm becoming hungry. Do you? I do have some a blood bag that I think I'm going to have, and then I'm going to give one to Henry as well.
Well, while this facility doesn't house large specimens, we do research on viruses and plagues and how it reacts to
Blood.
blood.
So do you
we
have blood?
We should have a blood. I assume that we will have a supply of blood here.
Mhm.
Do you? Could I?
In that case,
Could I-
I'm going to rewind and actually have already brought a couple bags of blood with me to
Okay.
go downstairs. It makes more sense to do that.
Oh, why? Thank you very much. I am starting to feel my hunger. So thank you. So me and Henry
Well,
drink.
get to it. I've never seen one feed before.
Oh, really? I don't know. How does it?
They just kind of they have the blood bags have kind of like a spigot, and they just kind of squeeze the bag and they pull out. There's a stop in the spigot, and then pull out the spigot and.
Okay. So that's how I feed.
You literally drink it
Yes.
like
Mm-hmm.
into your stomach.
Yes.
Ah, I've never studied the physiology of your kind, so I read in certain books
I'm
that maybe the vein has a canal that would suck the blood through a different pathway. I don't know. So
Not that I'm aware of, right?
excuse my
Fascination.
my fascination and my ignorance. I don't know any better.
No problems. I'm glad I could satisfy your curiosity.
Anyway, I hope you guys had an okay rest.
We did. The sun is still up, I imagine.
I am interested to know what you guys intend to do tonight after you had a chance to talk to
Violette?
Violette.
She is wanting to meet. She is also a Sabbat, or she is a Sabbat, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term. But
I am not familiar.
so a Sabbat is someone that has turned against the masquerade, the
Camarilla.
Camarillon. So someone who has done similar things like I have done, and converting someone without permission, and so on and so forth.
And they are in a position of power to. Protect-
Usually they work together in a group, so possibly. I've dealt for many years with eliminating Sabbat, I imagine, right?
Somewhat.
Okay, so this would be something different and interesting. I take caution in it because I am new to this and unfamiliar with this territory. And in the same interest, I am wondering if Henry has made up his mind yet in what he would like for us to, if he still seeks closure, and maybe Violette can help us find our antediluvian.
Did she give you a location to meet
She did. She gave me this address.
of a?
It's a cafe.
a
It's a cafe at such and such address, blah, blah, blah address.
Do we have a facility that's more high? I don't want to say higher end, but more capable facility that has a coffee shop?
Does the Pentex have that?
Does Pentex have a building that's more
Secure
and capable, like a bigger building that's more well guarded, but also more capable, has better facilities and housing, like a cafeteria or.
Basically, instead of going to where what he's saying is, instead of us going there to meet her in an unsecured place, we can have her come meet us at a place that he knows will be secured,
Right.
and then we can be a little bit less cautious.
There is another Pentex building, but it's kind of like on the far end of Paris, kind of out of the way, out kind of in the country area.
What kind of building is it? Is it a modern multi-story office building or complex or what?
It's a slightly older looking building, but it's fairly large, kind of like a warehouse
Okay.
type building.
And then, does it have a
From
restaurant?
what you remember and what you had seen of it, it looks to be on the outside only one floor. However,
Uh-huh.
that could be something different.
Well, would he know though?
I've visited the facility,
I'd
Once.
imagine he would
Once.
know.
Once.
Okay.
and
And you just visited the first floor.
oh,
Okay. Does it have
you
like?
don't know there is an elevator though that you remember seeing.
So it has a cafe, correct?
It
Because that's the only reason we're
there's
thinking
like,
of it, right?
Yeah, there's like a cafeteria for the employees and stuff, but that's about it.
okay.
Would it be feasible enough of an agenda or a place to have a meeting?
I would just
Basically,
go
we're
ahead.
looking to invite her to come to this one instead of going to hers. Because we want more security. I'm concerned that there's hunters after me. And are these guys hunters? I want to know before I take any dipping my toe into the pool, so to speak.
And I don't want to assume that my status within Pentex is high or low or what. You have to tell me if I actually can pull this off. If I can actually, what's my level of influence within Pentex? You know, because it doesn't seem like if you're saying that I've only seen the first floor, I haven't even seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the ground, then it doesn't sound like.
you're not very deep into the company as of yet.
Okay.
Just to, since you're fairly young and, even though you've been like knowledgeable of everything about the place, but you've only worked for that place for maybe 2 years.
Oh,
But okay, just making sure though, Pentex does know that I'm a result of a Bane, and a Bane is
They are aware of what you are.
Okay, and a Bane is not is not a like a lowly life form. A Bane
would
is
be a higher life, especially with what you
a Bane
are.
is a powerful being of darkness.
Yeah, they're very aware of what you are. It's just that they're not like.
And what does my Bane think of all this?
He is
You would think he'd be like, I expect to be respected.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right,
because
right.
I am all powerful.
I mean, he was trapped in this artifact for God knows how long, guarded by Mokuled monks.
well. He is
Yeah.
being.
and he was released.
He wants to gather more information about vampires, and so he, your Bane being, let's see, it's a. What did you write down? It was a.
It was a psycho
Mache, psycho mache. It, from what I had read, it had a lot of what the vampires are doing, like feeding off of humans and gaining their energy from that. That's what attracts the Bane, because each time a vampire feeds on a human or does something to a human, it does more damage to Gaia, because it's
Right.
an energy being of Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
he wants more. He wants to be able to, like, use vampires in a way for his own agenda,
And what's his own agenda?
to cause destruction among the humans,
Okay. So my understanding.
whether it be through spreading disease or spreading like a plague caused by vampires and using vampires as a scapegoat.
So your Bane. Okay. Well,
Because when you were like introduced to him, and he was saying that he was in the plague area, during the plague.
Right.
And
But,
you
right, I
were
have
curious.
my-
You were curious as to whether he was still infected.
Well, not so. Yeah, I mean,
Is still a carrier
out
of the
of
plague.
character, I can say obviously my reasoning for wanting to tag along and be involved is because that very reason is he was there during the plague, and this mage now turned vampire is 3,000 years old, so
He
also lived through plagues and probably knows a whole lot more than I would about.
and would be very, very vital in giving him knowledge of
Right.
those things.
And that's what I seek. But my question is, I mean, I need to understand the bane that infused in me and made me a Fomore. I mean, he sounded to me like he just doesn't sound very important at all when a bane of that was once fighting and then trapped into artifact and whatnot, and would be one with name or would be fear or something that now that it's released
Released.
again onto the world, that it's,
You would have respect among a lot of people, and they would.
or at least feared by a lot of people and,
Yeah.
and whatnot. Right. So I don't know, but if you're saying that maybe he has a grander plan that he just hasn't bothered to share with me.
The Bane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise, and that's the thing, is I'm trying to figure out what drives my character. Because if studying because you said that Pentex, I'm working for Pentex on doing research in Paris about the play, and then now you said that the Bane is wanting to do something with that as far as plague and vampire. Exactly how, I don't know. Then I would assume that the Bane and Pentex are working together. Otherwise, what am I doing here? I mean, you got to give me a little bit more information as far as
Why you're part of the story.
right, why I'm part of the story. Because I'm Bane infused. I'm demented. I am.
Well, and I would think that not everybody that works at Pentex is like you.
Right.
You're
right.
a rare thing that they would have respect for you and put you in a high position and stuff
Or
like
at
that.
least groom me to do something of great, like destruction or evilness.
Okay, so I have a really quick question.
Yeah.
So there's the three. There is the ones that worship Gaia, which is the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the web, which is the spider, right?
Yes.
Which is the
weaver.
creation, the weaver.
Yes. The mother of civilization.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then the third one is the worm, which is the destruction and the recreation,
Right.
right? They don't recreate.
The
They
chaos.
break it down so that it
Right.
can be recreated
Right.
by the weaver.
The recycling of.
Yes.
the worm.
So, as a were one, you're a wild, and as a bane, you're a worm.
Yes.
So you serve two gods.
Well,
almost the
I
same
now
thing.
serve the worm. I no longer serve
The wild. Even though you are a shapeshifter.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an
So it's a
evil
bizarre.
shapeshifter.
Okay, so you serve the worm.
Yes.
Okay. What do I serve? I serve Gaia?
No.
Or do I serve the worm as well?
Well, vampires don't really serve the worm directly. Vampire has a whole system, a political system of its own, or a religious system of its own.
Where I may serve, some of them may serve the worm, some of them may serve
ultimately you don't serve
anybody.
anybody, but
Self.
right.
Okay. Okay. I'm just curious. I'm just asking. Yeah, so I guess we want to know if we're trying to find out if Violetta is telling us the truth. Is she truly a Sabbat? Is she not a hunter? We don't know. And that's part of the story, I guess.
Right. And if we can't really, because I don't feel like at this point that we should even go to the Pentex building, because it doesn't seem like
It seems like a waste. Yeah, right.
It seems like there's no benefit in that for us.
Because you don't have the ability to pull it off, and is it really
Right.
much of a cafe?
Right.
It seems-
So, in that sense, I suggest that we come up with a place where we feel comfortable.
instead of going to her prearranged.
Right.
And here's what I'm going to say. We find the place, we scout it out, and then half an hour before I'm supposed to be at the cafe, I change the place to the place that we're talking about.
Okay.
Because that, if I tell her too soon, she could scout it out and get it prepared for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I say that we change the location right before we're supposed to be at the other location.
Now, who's that guy that was the other vampire that was in the library with me? What's his name?
Beckett.
That was Beckett?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So are you good friends with Beckett? How does that? What is that relationship?
You just know of him, but he only goes to the library, just the science section. That one part of the next floor up from the main part of the library was just the next floor of the library. The library's on the first floor, the main part of the library, and then just the scientific material is on the second floor up, but it was just that one section.
So how long have I known Beckett?
Probably several years that you've known.
Longer
'Cause he
than he's
keeps-
worked at Pentex?
Well, like just a couple, as
So
long
I've known
as,
him for a couple years.
Yeah.
And how's our relationship?
Yeah, I would imagine.
You tolerate each other, because
And why
that
do I
area
tolerate
is
him?
still
Yeah,
considered
why would you
public
be not
area.
interested?
Why does he tolerate me, and why do I tolerate him?
Yeah.
What is there to tolerate?
Yeah, how is this relationship?
Because Beckett is the type that doesn't necessarily have anything to gain. He's not of the Camarilla. He's not of any faction. He's only a scholar for Kindred.
So he works for the Kindred still, though.
Well, for all Kindred, whether they be
Oh.
Camarilla, Sabbat, or whatever, Caitiff, or whoever affiliation that they are with, he's not with any affiliation. He is an old scholar. He's 7th generation, and so he's very old. He's over 4,000, 5,000 years old.
Okay.
He's very old, and he is only
He's.
around.
I thought he was only 1,000 years old.
No, he's
5,000 years old.
he's 7th generation. So you
How
gotta
old is
figure,
Cain?
you gotta figure.
It's only the year 2000.
Maybe 6,000 or 7,000 years.
He was around that time of Cain? Almost to the time of Cain? If Cain is only 7,000 years old and Beckett's 6,000 years old.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's
the
seven?
first two generations were created in just a couple of hundred years, because in the Book of Nod it kind of explains a lot.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just asking. Wow, Beckett seems extremely old.
He is. Here, I'll kind of tell you a little bit about him.
Oh, is he not a character you made up? He's a character.
No, he's an actual character
Okay.
in the lore.
Oh. Character in the lore, huh? Wow.
This is what he quotes in saying, "I consider myself a seeker of reluctant information, a scholar. Sounds like academia. Ugh." He has an interesting sense of humor, too. He's a well-known Gangrel scholar and Nodist.
Does it say how old he is in there?
Okay, Beckett was sired over 3,000 years ago.
So he's 3,000
Yeah.
years old. Okay, not that old.
Adopted by Aristotle de Laurent. And then,
So he was before
like
Christ.
a sire, he had spent most of his life in researching the Book of Nod, the ancient kindred chronicles. Beckett is a historian researching the origins of kindred.
Okay.
So
Okay,
that's all he is about.
How much do I know of him, and how much does he know of me? Does he know what I am? Do I know who he is?
Well, he knows about the, he doesn't know in full detail of what Pentex is. He just thinks that's a research facility, and because he was considered on public grounds, because the library, that's part of the library, and that's part of public grounds. So,
But knowing him for 2 years, does he know what I am, and do I know who he is?
Yeah.
he can tell you are supernatural. You are not human.
Okay. Then what about him to me?
Yeah, you definitely know he's not human.
But I guess my question is, you're not giving much here. Have we had
The talk.
the talk? Yeah.
Have you guys talked and you said what you
You've had agreements that you would, let each other.
How often do you talk?
You would leave each other to your own business, so you wouldn't get involved with each other's business.
It would seem like you would talk to Beckett a lot because he's very...
Not,
personable.
Right.
you had
I would
an
think.
agreement that, you wouldn't get into each other's business, per se, because his business is only to seek knowledge for kindred.
So you would think he would know about him. Right?
You guys are delving into this way too deep.
Well, you present a character that is freaking over 3,000 years old, 7th gen vampire, scholar, knowledgeable, and all that, who now also we've learned is completely neutral.
Could be useful in our...
Right, exactly.
In our...
I mean, you
our
present
agenda.
a character, we're going to explore as much as we can.
we might want to talk to him. Or,
Yeah.
Like I said, he does not belong to any kind of faction whatsoever.
Okay.
He doesn't belong to the Camarilla, he doesn't belong to Sabbat. He's basically a caitiff, but he's just a scholar. He's just there to seek knowledge.
Yeah, but being this old, I'm sure he has certain status in the vampire society.
Yeah.
Okay. And people probably respect a lot of him.
Yeah,
Or-
a lot of kindred do go to him for information,
Okay.
and only information, because
Uh-huh.
that's all he dishes out. He stays in a neutral form.
Okay. So it seems like he knows how to stay neutral, or
That's why
really well.
he
Keep
suggested.
neutral.
That's
Right.
why he only suggested to you, what he knows of how to get the information that you needed at the time that you talked to him before.
But see, by pointing us into that direction, he's
But
no,
no,
neutral.
not necessarily.
You're right.
Not necessarily. I'm just saying that Beckett.
We
Beckett.
pointed us in a direction
order-
that was useless.
I'm just saying that Beckett just gave you information of what he knows, of who would give you more information.
Sent us to a
Not
dead end.
necessarily leading you in a certain direction. That's just the only, people he knows that may have information.
Okay.
So
I mean,
he's
he
an
could've-
encyclopedia.
Pretty much.
Okay. Let's go ask him where is the safest place to meet.
Let's go talk to Beckett.
Yeah. Let's talk to Beckett.
Would we know where to meet him at?
Yeah, he's usually just hanging out in either libraries or museums.
So, do we go back to that library where you were?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go see if he can find him.
Yeah.
So let's head in that direction.
Okay, you go back to that library, and he's not there.
Okay.
Do I have ways of getting hold of him? A
Yeah,
phone
because you've known him
number,
for
right?
2 or
Yeah.
3 years, right?
How do I get a hold of him?
You can Facebook him or something like that. Facebook message him.
Something.
Is he a friend with you on Facebook? It exists in 2016. Sorry, it does.
Back at your lab,
Mm-hmm.
you do have his contact number,
Okay.
his phone number.
So would we have grabbed that on our way there?
Yeah.
I'd imagine we would have, right? Okay.
Because I mean, we're looking for him.
Yeah, we would want to get as much information.
Well-
So do we have? Is it his phone number then, so we can call him?
Mm-hmm.
So let's call him.
Okay. I call him.
Yes, this is Beckett.
Hello, Becky. It's me.
Me who?
Does he not have caller ID?
Yeah. Gotta remember, he has a sense of humor.
Your
Okay, so-
favorite 24-year-old Chinese man.
Oh,
This is Seth.
that me.
Hey, you remember those two fellows that were asking you questions?
Oh, yes, the true Tremere. What of them?
Well, we need we're supposed to be meeting with someone named Violette.
Violette, yeah.
Violette.
Violette or whatever.
Oh, Violette. Yes.
Violette.
I know of her. She's with the Sabbat, is she not?
You tell me.
Yeah, we want. Like,
Yeah.
well, you're talking. Sorry.
I'll put him on speakerphone.
Well, that's what we're wanting to know.
Is she someone of her word?
Oh, quite definitely.
So she's someone that we can trust. Is she truly Savat? She's not a hunter or wouldn't side with the Camarilla.
Yes, she's the Archbishop of the Sabbat.
Really?
Another question. If you are needing to meet somewhere that is completely neutral, where would you have gone?
In Paris?
Yes.
I
Is there a place
would
where
suggest the sewers.
the sewers?
Mhm.
Have you seen the movie? Whatchamacallit?
Are you saying this in the game or out of character?
Yes, in game.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie with
Under-
whatchamacallit?
Kate Beckinsale?
Keanu Reeves, where he's the
Oh, I
The
don't watch
killer.
this modern cinema stuff.
oh.
I read books.
Is there like a neutral a place of sacredness that is mutually respected by all, where no killings could be conducted?
There is a Elysium, but the only place I can think of that is Elysium, meaning no disciplines can be used, is neutral territory,
Oh.
is beyond the graveyard.
Where is that?
Beyond the Paris graveyard.
So would that be still in the graveyard,
No,
or is it like a
it's-
forest area?
It's just, yes, it's just
Can you ping it for me?
Yeah, can you send us the location?
Yeah, I'll pin it onto your map, and it's just in a alcove area, like a grove area beyond the grave.
Thanks, old man. I appreciate
Old
it.
man,
Well,
I may be 3,000 years old, but I guess maybe that is old
do you
to
know Henry then?
Because he's about 3,000 years old. You're right. Old Henry.
Did he just laugh?
Did Henry laugh and look at us too? Okay. It sounds like a reasonable place that we can meet. I trust that.
Okay.
So, and I think that we can let Violetta know in sooner time than just an hour before. Because if it's a respected area of neutrality, then we'll push forward with that. I'm
Okay.
happy with that decision.
Good deal.
Okay. So I pick up my phone, mask my location, and star 67 myself, so you can't tell what number I'm calling from, all that jazz. And I call Violetta again. Beep beep doop. Speakerphone.
Oh, hello, my darling.
Hi, Violetta. This is your friend Cyril. I know you wanted to meet at the cafe. I just am a little concerned about some things, and I would like to change the location to this location, and I'm going to send the pinned location to her. Is that fine?
Oh, yes. That will be reasonable. Yes, I can understand completely your concern. I am willing to agree upon that.
Okay. 9 o'clock still sound good?
Yes, 9 p.m.
Okay. I will see you there, Violetta.
Okay.
Bye. Okay. 9 p.m. it is. I turn to old Henry and I say, Henry, have you determined, are we at a point where you still want to go visit your antediluvian? I mean, I've sacrificed basically my everything to try and help you meet this, to help you come with closure. Is this something you want to do, or are you giving it up?
For now, I will hold off on it.
Okay. I guess we'll find out what she wants, and I guess the quest is... I'd like to still know some more about this, but...
Someone once
Put on
told me
hold
that
for
knowledge
now.
is power.
So maybe we should still look into it. Let's still look into it. I still agree with you. We're going to still try and see if we can find the location of your antediluvian, and eventually, and I'm guessing along the way, we can help you come to some better closure, Henry.
Okay.
So we're going to still look for him. I know you're kind of at an okay point, but I think you're still in system shock that you're a vampire now. We want to help you with a little bit of closure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll travel
We're gonna.
towards the neutrality ground,
Yep.
sacred ground. Hey Henry, just out of curiosity, where were you about the time of the Black Death, the plague?
I was in Italy.
Oh, so you were like in it.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Where
in
you-
the Black Death, really? Okay.
And where were you during that time?
I was not even. Oh yeah, no, I was around. Huh, 700 years old.
Where
I
were
can
you?
just make up wherever I
Yeah,
want.
it's your history.
Oh.
You
really?
make up your history.
Am I? I'm very. I was in Germany. I'm very Aryan, being a white, blonde, blue-eyed, Caucasian guy.
And so I'm curious how. I mean, the history book obviously does paint a vivid picture of how it once were, but I'm sure someone who actually lived through that, you have more stories to share.
Are you talking to me?
Both of you, both of you.
Yes. Some of these stories I can tell you at another time, but I was pretty much hiding out in the woods.
And you were before you were.
I was in it to win it, man. It was an all-out bloodfest. I was young. I was young then, and I was thirsty.
And the infection it did not affect you.
I imagine that
anyway.
I drank upon several people that had the plague, because they were some spicy meatballs. But, Italy was a great place to visit back then. And so was Paris. Good French food. Yes, that blood is especially the ones that had been drinking for the evening. Whew. You get a buzz off of that stuff.
Huh. So vampires get drunk. Or buzzed, at least. Interesting. And you were a mage?
Yes.
And technically, what is that? I'm interested. How did you live so long without being embraced?
Well, I
Well-
would conduct yearly rituals that sustain my life.
You know of a ritual that gives you basically immortality?
Hmm.
Really? Henry,
I
you
told you
must
this
teach
before.
me.
I told you this before.
You need it.
Yes, but knowledge is power.
Mm. Does ritual? Does it? I mean, where does that come from? Where is that power from? What grants you immortality? And does that shield you from infection?
Yes, how did you not become infected, old Henry?
Because essentially, as a mage, you are still human, or you're not human.
We are still pretty much human, but we are able to.
We're having this discussion on the drive to the meeting, neutral ground, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in turn, we're able to perform different magic rituals and able to do certain things. I don't want to discuss in full detail.
I'm just curious that for, as far as my understanding goes, that for you to, if such ritual exists where it grants you
Immortality?
renewal of life, your immortality, it must take it from somewhere else,
Yeah, does it pull it from the chi or from Gaia or from
or it must be granted by
the life of something else?
right, and so because nothing is created out of nothing. I mean, things aren't.
Created for free?
Yeah, right, exactly. This idea of equal exchange, or
Well, this particular ritual did require a sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Ah.
Yes,
What do you sacrifice?
humans.
You sacrificed a human. Oh, interesting. Do you drink of their blood?
No, we.
So we're not so different, are we?
It's a energy exchange. But during the plague, I had to stay as far away from humans as I could, and in order to survive, I had to shield my surroundings.
Interesting, Henry. Okay.
So in turn, I became weaker, but I did not perish.
Okay.
Because I was unable to find any suitable sacrifices for the energy exchange.
Okay.
So someone who's tainted by the disease is no longer suitable as a candidate of
Sacrifice.
Otherwise, I would have
Sacrifice.
contracted the disease myself.
Are you not capable of curing it?
In a way, I can ward against
So
some.
the plague.
It'd be
disease.
interesting for him
If
to
I was-
know that, because if you know there's a way to cure it, there might be a way to cause it.
I was able
Equal
to
causality.
shield myself against some of it, but in some of the weakened state that I was in, sometimes I would go 2 or 3 years without doing the ritual because I could
almost
not
like-
find suitable.
It's, the way you describe it, it's almost like the plague wasn't just a physical, wasn't just a disease, but it was also almost supernatural in some way.
Somewhat.
Huh. Well, if that's the case, that represents a completely different scenario.
Bizarre.
We must find a time for you to tell me more of this.
Story.
This would change the direction of my research.
Okay.
If it indeed could be more than just a physical disease, but a supernatural one.
Okay.
Okay, you start arriving to the wooded area past the graveyard,
Okay.
and it's just a kind of like a grove of trees that, there's a kind of like a grassy area where there's not many trees, and then there's trees surrounding it. It's kind of enclosed by
Okay.
trees and bushes.
Is there something, an aura that's given off by this area that makes it neutral, or is it just an agreement?
It's you can tell that there's some kind of a barrier that disciplines are not, you cannot use your
Interesting.
disciplines.
I'm going to try to see if I can sidestep into the Umbra. Probably not, but I'm going to
Inside the barrier
try.
or
Yes,
outside?
while we're in the grove.
Okay. Just testing the limits.
You are not able to enter.
Oh, interesting. I
Can you change?
Hmm?
What time is it right now? I'm looking at my smartwatch or
It's
smartphone.
8:50.
Okay, so we still have 10 minutes. Are you able to shapeshift?
let me try. I'm going to attempt to shapeshift.
You're still outside the barrier.
No, he was in
No,
it.
no, no,
we're in
we went
it.
inside.
Yeah, because he was trying to do the into the umbrella.
I was testing
Oh,
the
into the
sidestep
Umbra, okay.
while inside the barrier.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood you. I thought you were trying to step inside.
We're testing. We're testing limits.
You're both inside
Mm-hmm.
the Elysium, and it negates pretty much any abilities.
So he can't sidestep into the umbra in there.
No.
And I
cannot shapeshift?
shapeshift.
No.
Okay, that's what we want to know. And does all of a sudden all the voices in my head stop?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I don't have that annoying bitch of a Tremere talking in my head anymore.
Ventru.
Ventru talking in my head anymore. It wasn't.
Is Henry inside with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna wait until 9 o'clock, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you see, kind of, there's a little side street, kind of that you see through the grove of trees, and you can see headlights
Okay.
coming up the road.
Okay.
How many headlights?
Just two.
Is that two for like one car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not two pairs.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
two for one car. One
Okay.
car.
Okay.
It's the same taxi that you stepped in
Her
earlier.
ghoul.
Okay.
Okay.
And they both step out of the car,
Okay.
and a woman that has long blonde hair,
Okay.
and she's dressed very elegantly,
Okay.
kind of like in a red slinky dress.
Okay.
And
Did you look at the lady in the dress, or were you looking at me? Look again, Neo. When you're not with me, you're in the Matrix. Did you like that? When you're not
Anyway.
with us, you're one of them.
anyway, Violette steps into the grove, and the guy that you talked to in the taxi,
Scruffy looking dude.
yeah,
Okay.
he stands outside of the grove.
I'm a little curious why he won't step in it. Is it a matter of respect, or is it a matter of him not wanting to lose his
Just
powers?
a matter of respect.
Okay.
I mean, and she turns and says, "Ronan, you can wait here. I will be right back."
Okay. She's got to be used to stuff like this, especially being a Sabbat. Especially if she's recruiting new Sabbats. She has got to be used to people being on their guard.
Mm-hmm.
So, continue.
Well. Welcome.
Okay, Violet.
Um,
Nice to meet you.
who might you be?
I'm Seth.
This is my friend Seth.
I'm a friend.
And this is my friend.
Can I ask you
This
to
is
step over to where Ronan is, please? I need to speak to these two alone.
Henry won't be going anywhere. He will stay with me. But, Seth, if you would give me just a moment.
I guess.
Okay.
I'll step away.
I can't read her mind. I can't sense anything because all my senses and abilities are nulled, I imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm putting
Okay,
trust
she
and
says-
faith in people.
She says to you, "I give you an offer of joining the Sabbat. We are an organization that seeks to use our vampiric ways to overcome the humans and to use them. They are mere food to us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I know you don't want to deal with any rules or regulations of the masquerade any longer.
Silly.
We do not care about the masquerade.
Okay.
We do as we please. However, you need to if you join us, you need to respect the Sabbat.
What are the Sabbats? What are the rules? I probably do know, so help me.
The rules of the Sabbat are as follows. You cannot betray
Another
anyone,
Sabbat.
another Sabbat.
Okay.
We have what is called bishops in our...
How would I know if someone's a Sabbat?
You will know. There's only certain clans that are allowed to join the Sabbat. Most of the Sabbat are either Shemise, Lasambra, Follower of Set. There are some Malkavians that choose to join, and a few Tremere.
I would be a Tremere. Okay.
Well, you are a Tremere already. I myself am Malkavian.
Mm-hmm.
My bishop is a Shemise. His name is Andre.
Okay.
And he will instruct you as to learning the ways of the Sabbat.
Okay.
He will tell you more once you come into our area of the city.
Okay. What are the benefits of being a Sabbat?
Well, the benefit of being Sabbat is being able to do as you please without repercussions.
Well, the Sabbat,
You will have the protection of the Sabbat
That's
if
what I
the
want to know.
Camarilla come after you.
That's what I want to know, because I can do what I please with or without the Sabbat. But I want to know what the benefit is of having a Sabbat.
Yes, we can give you protection.
Okay. Okay. And all I owe in exchange is my allegiance that I won't attack and kill a Sabbat.
Right.
Okay.
You will not betray one of our kind.
Very well. Okay. I am looking for information for my friend here, purely on a research basis, about the Barabbas. Barabbas. I swear to
You
God.
have such trouble with that.
You made it.
Barabbas.
Barabbas. I just want to know what information we know about them.
Andre knows more. He can speak with you further about that, because he too is very interested in gaining access to an antediluvian.
Andre. Very well. My friend will be treated with respect as well.
As long as he keeps to himself.
As long as he keeps to himself. Meaning he doesn't bother the Sabbat.
Exactly.
I don't think that will be a problem as long as they don't bother us. And I like to have friends in places. Okay.
She turns and goes back to her ghoul. Ronan, take me back, please.
Okay.
Ronan tips his hat and says, nice meeting you again.
Okay. So I go to you and I say she's a Sabbat. I'm not sure if you're aware of what that is. They are ones that are no longer followers of the Camarilla. Camarilla. They are a group of vampires who just agree not to kill each other.
Okay.
And will help each other out if others or other Sabbat are in danger.
Okay.
So she has directed me towards Andre, who knows about Barbarous.
Okay.
So, what are your things? What are your thoughts on this?
First question: does Henry still seek this Barabbas?
Henry, are you still with us? What are your thoughts?
Let's go and see what this Andre has to say.
Okay, who's Andre again?
He is someone that knows about Barabbas. Barbarous.
And what is he in relationship to? Is he a
He is a Sabbat. I
Sabbat?
imagine.
Okay. And are you a Sabbat now?
I don't know. I haven't fully
No.
said I've accepted it.
You have to go talk to Andre.
So is Andre their
He's
leader?
the bishop. He's the bishop of the Sabbat.
I guess he must be one of the.
Yeah, he's kind of bishops to the Sabbat are kind of like princes.
Isn't Violetta the archbishop?
Yeah, the archbishop is the second one down.
Archbishop is less than a bishop? I thought archbishop is higher than a bishop.
So did I, actually. That's funny. Okay, maybe it works differently in the Sabbat world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe he's the Pope. Or what comes above an archbishop? The Pope, I think, actually, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he's the Pope. Let's go speak to Pope Andre.
Oh, where is this Andre?
Was I given that information? I don't recall. I don't think I was. I text Violetta. Where do I meet Andre at? I'd like to know more information, please. Send.
Okay. The Sabbat area is kind of the slummy area of Paris. Some of the buildings are kind of run down a little bit.
Really? That's a bummer. I almost want to go work in Pentax. They might. Well, I might be sleeping in a cardboard box, I guess, right?
The area is like kind of on the outskirts of Paris, but it's, within the city still.
Okay.
Um,
So she gives me an exact address.
yeah. And
So are Sabbats like the outcast of vampires in the vampire
kind of,
world?
yeah.
Are you asking this out of character?
Uh-huh. No, in character.
Sabbats are not the outcasts. They're ones who choose not to follow the rules.
Doesn't that by definition means they are the outcast? If everybody follows the rule but them.
I would consider an outcast someone who has been kicked out of it because they're ugly or not liked, or they don't. I guess they don't follow. They don't want to follow the rules. I guess you're right in that aspect.
Okay. All right.
So I guess in a way they are an outcast, but not because they've been kicked out, because they choose not to go.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe some of them go there because they've been kicked out too. So I guess there's a little bit of both.
What are you?
I'm one that chose not to follow the rules because they're boring, and I find rule following sometimes can be tedious on one.
If half the movies are right, then I can imagine Vampire Society has a lot of rules.
And I imagine there's a lot of Sabbats because most of them don't follow the rules.
Okay. Well, Henry, you're a quiet fellow, aren't you?
Yes, Henry. For recently being changed, you'd think you'd have lots of questions. Or do you already know the answers? Hi.
I'm sorry, I was getting some information while you guys were talking. Were you talking to Henry?
Just
We-
asking him how he's an awfully quiet individual. He doesn't talk much. It's kind of like a shadow, follows me around everywhere I go.
Well, I'm still kind of new at this whole vampire thing, and I'm not necessarily.
Well, but you're of the unnatural, and has been for eons. I would think that you would be similar to Beckett, in that you should be extremely knowledgeable of.
The knowings and goings on. I would think so too, especially considering Beckett is limited to the nighttime, where Henry had all of eternity.
You literally had twice the amount of time.
Correct. You should be twice as knowledgeable as Beckett.
Of course, you did mention about him losing memory at one point.
He lost a little bit of memory when I converted him, I guess.
Oh.
Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
That effect must.
Did that affect
be-
him, like, largely, or just for his memory of recent?
Most of his, a lot of his past memories, he can remember bits and pieces of his past.
Does that come back to him, or is that gone permanently?
Um,
Seems bizarre to me.
He
You
will
get
remember
embraced, you lose that?
eventually, but a lot of times when you're embraced, you lose a sense of your past self.
Really?
Do you gain that portion that he lost?
No.
Okay, I guess not. I don't know. Yeah,
No, because, for example...
I mean, my character would know, but I don't know.
For example,
I
if
don't
somebody...
know.
If somebody
Very-
that knows you from your past life, from when you were human, comes up to you and tells you, "Oh, it's you. We've been looking for you forever. Where have you been?" And they can essentially expose you, but even though you may not know who they are, they may tell you that they know you, but they're like, "Who
So
are
you
you?"
lose complete memory of everything before you were embraced.
Most everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's such a
That
thing
seems
called
bizarre.
delirium, which I thought only humans suffers from delirium. Supernaturals don't suffer from delirium, but basically delirium is like the
Is this out of character we're speaking?
yes.
Okay.
Delirium is the things that make humans forget what they've just saw because they either try to find reason to explain what they saw.
Somebody does that white flash from Men in Black.
Well, not necessarily. Yeah, but the way the books explain it, what White Wolf explained it is to believe what happened was true was too much that they choose to believe otherwise. That what happened was they mixed it up. They weren't.
It was a weather
thinking
balloon.
Right. It was right.
It wasn't
So
an
they find
actual
it-
spaceship. It was a
Right,
weather
and that's called delirium.
Okay.
And so supernatural.
I mean, it's not all the memory, but only like some of the memory is gone, just bits and pieces like that they remember. But because Henry is like over 3,000 years old, he's got a lot of memory to lose. And so
That's bizarre. That's unfortunate.
the further back it is, the more difficult he has remembering. He can remember.
Well, he
So-
apparently remembered the plague stuff a little bit. A little bit ago.
then the question would be
I'll be right back. I gotta
Okay.
go to the bathroom. You pause it.
Yeah.
yes. Question would be, why would he then remember so clearly of his master
Right?
and that whole that debacle?
Right.